let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave Howard from Marin County. Yes, I'm very happy to see the Browns beat the Ravens. The question I have is as follows. Due to the cap, would it be difficult to retain Jameis Winston next year when he's a free agent and because of the cap hit with Deshaun Watson, where we have to give up some of our best players because we can't afford them? Yeah, how will they manage the cap so we can continue to have some good players? Thanks a lot. Take care.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Scott, that's the question that Andrew Berry or whomever is the general manager needs to address. Winston, it depends on how well he plays the rest of the year too. I mean, there's going to be a movement. You look at Watson, you look at Wilson, Russell Wilson, you look at the trade. There's going to be a movement to go and get quarterbacks who have experience. Look at Sam Darnold. There have been more success stories with those kind of guys recently.
Yeah, even a Geno Smith from a couple of years. You could probably throw Baker into that discussion if you wanted to. Yeah, it's a great question by the caller. They're going to have to make some really difficult decisions. And I know that they might be the best team in the league, best front office in the league in kind of manipulating the salary cap. And part of that is, they use a lot of Jimmy Haslam's cash or the Haslam's cash to pay guys early, and then they can, shift the salary cap late, the hit later, and then the salary cap in general goes up, and it's less of a percentage. They know all the intricacies of all the numbers. But no matter what they are able to pull off, they're probably going to have to lose some players or not re-sign some players. I just don't think you can have the depth of talent that they have right now or that they would like to have with the huge cap number given to Deshaun Watson. So I think that's real. Now, when it comes to quarterback, as long as they're trying to win, and I would expect them to continue to try to win, you got to figure out what to do at quarterback. And is that draft the guy in the top 5? If, in fact, they wind up drafting in the top 5, we don't know. Maybe they start winning games. Or do you bring back a guy like Jameis Winston or go try to find, or, go get Sam Darnold or Justin Fields or whoever that is. So, you're going to have to pay a bunch of money for your quarterbacks in general because you have Watson. And I think you want to be as frugal as possible outside of Watson, but you need a guy that can play. So I don't think Winston necessarily prices himself out of the equation. But you're right. If they go on a crazy tear, there'd be other teams interested because he is a free agent.
The other question becomes, and again, assuming Kevin Stefanski is still here, which who knows, do you go back to that style of offense and that style of quarterback? I think we can say this offense it ain't worked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that they fall back on what Stefanski has had since he's been here, which is more under center, and more play action. We saw that yesterday with Jameis Winston. We saw more of it in the couple weeks before, even when Deshaun Watson was playing. They had kind of morphed back into that. I don't know if it's the offense that Ken Dorsey tried to implement. I don't know if that's a bad offense. I think the quarterback was playing so poorly, it was tough to evaluate anything. And that includes the offensive line, it includes the receivers. So I think it was more of a quarterback issue than a system issue. But we saw it yesterday. Jameis Winston is similar to Joe Flacco. Those guys stand in the pocket, they run the play action, and that's what Stefanski brought here. That's what he likes to do. I think you'd have to have a much different quarterback. Whether they would have to draft a guy. Let's say they drafted a guy that had a skill set like a Lamar Jackson, then you tweak it. But otherwise, you bring in a quarterback that fits what they do.